Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario from the heart of the Deep South on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama. Today, as promised, I'm going to be reviewing the Alice Cooper Welcome to My Nightmare Acoustic Sounds 75th Anniversary. Together, we are going to open this up. I'm going to wipe down the record, going to do a needle drop, talk a little bit about the record. I've had pretty high opinion of all these Acoustic Sound 75th Atlantic 75th Anniversary series. They've all been very good. I've been very happy with the mastering, very happy with all the records. There a lot of them I don't have, so I'm pretty happy about that, adding to my collection. And also the genres that we have in this collection is nice because you've got rock records, classic rock records, a couple of modern rock records. You've got R&B, like the Ray Charles, Otis Redding, and you've also got some jazz releases. So I think it's a pretty good series. So I did subscribe to it. I am paying for it, and I get number 282 every month when they send out the 3 records. This is still sealed, so I'm going to open it up here on the video. We're going to drop the needle together. This particular record I do not have in my collection. And to be honest, I've never been a huge Alice Cooper fan. I do like Alice Cooper. I'm familiar with a lot of the hit songs. However, I've only owned a couple of his albums, and this is not one of them. So I am not, even though some of the songs on here, like Welcome to My Nightmare, Only Women Bleed, Department of Youth, songs like that I'm familiar with, I'm not familiar with the album as a whole. So this will be a new experience for me, really. As far as the Acoustic Sounds release goes, this is cut and mastered by Chris Bellman at Bernie Grundman Mastering. So, as with all these, they seem to be well done. So let's slide this baby out and take a look at the packaging first of all, which so far I've just been blown away by the packaging of these albums. So if you're thinking about spending the money, these are about $60 a piece. They are all 45 RPM cut. But look at the tip-on jackets, the quality of these. These are really nice. The printing on them, the quality of the jacket, and when you crack these open, you got, you never know what you're going to have on the inside of the gatefold. This looks like we've got the lyrics to the songs. This is an interesting album because this is kind of a change-up for Alice Cooper, and you've got, if you look at the discography, it's interesting because Alice Cooper had the Alice Cooper Band before actually having his own solo record. So this is his first official solo record. Even though under the Alice Cooper Band, you've got quite a few recordings, 7 of them before that. The most popular ones, I think, probably being School's Out and $1 Billion Babies, which had a lot of famous songs on them. So you've got those 7 songs. Then you come to Welcome to My Nightmare, which is a concept album. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out and start wiping it down. This is a concept album. And so it's kind of different than what those first albums were. Of course, his first album comes out in '69. This is a 1975 release, recorded in 74 and 75. And this was actually recorded at Soundstage, Record Plant, East, Electric Lady, and A&R Studios. Recorded 74 and 75, but not released until February of 75. So this is the regular Atlantic green and red label. Again, 45 RPM. So, so far these have sounded great. So I'm interested to see how this sounds, being that it's a rock record. The Bad Company sounded great. The Foreigner album sounded really good. So this one's going to be interesting because I'm not that familiar with the record as a whole. So I'm going to go ahead and spray it off with some distilled water and an anti-static cloth. And then I'm going to drop it on and we're going to listen to it together. So far, I've not had any issues with these Acoustic Sounds, the series. They've all been pretty flat. I've had a little bit of a warp on one, but it was so very slight it did not affect playing. and that was on the Otis Redding, I think. So far, they've been flat records. I'm going to drop this guy on now. We're going to listen to Welcome to My Nightmare together. Talk a little bit more about who played on this record. And so let's listen to it. I like doing these live like this, opening them up and listening to them with you guys to kind of get a real transparent review. I buy these myself, and I'm a big fan of record collecting, so. I'll give you guys a closer look at the jacket.
Welcome to my breakdown. I hope I didn't scare you. That's just the way we are when we come down.
Sounds really good.
We sweat, laugh, and scream here, 'cause life is just a dream here.
Listening to it on my RT85 with the Ortofon Blue Yamaha HSA Shipmani preamp, very basic setup, pretty good speakers, sounds pretty good.
My breakdown.
Really good mastering job.
You're welcome to my nightmare. Yeah.
So far, it's pretty impressive. I don't have an original to compare it to. Again, that's part of the reason I subscribed to this series, because a lot of these records I did not have in my collection. So for those of you out there who have the original and end up getting this, do a comparison and let us all know on what you think the differences are. So far, I'm really liking this. A lot of different instruments. Nice and quiet, no pops, no crackles. Record is flat, no warping. Interesting album. You've got a lot of people, different people playing on this album. Of course, Alice on the vocals, Dick Wagner on electric and acoustic guitar and vocals, Steve Deacon Hunter, electric and acoustic guitar, John Prakash on bass, or Prakash John on bass, I don't know which way that goes. Penty Whitney Glenn on drums, and of course Bob Ezrin produces a lot, or participates a lot in this record with synthesizers, keyboards, vocals, and produces the record. So the great Tony Levin's on bass on Welcome to My Nightmare and Escape.
Welcome to my breakdown.
Really nice soundstage. Nice separation of the instruments. far as I know, it's the only Atlantic record of Alice Cooper, as far as I see, looking at all the different albums and on also on Wikipedia it says that it's his only Atlantic outing. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it play a little bit of the next song here before I go ahead and close this video out. Leave me your thoughts so far on the Acoustic Sound series, what you think. So far, I'm very impressed with this whole series and looking forward to getting them all. And I'm keeping them all separated. So normally I take all these records and file them in by genre and by artist. These I will keep separate in their own, by the numbering, and they're all numbered here on the spine. Yeah. You hear a lot of experimentation in the mix in the recording that they did here in 75. The different effects, synth sounds. So I think another great outing. Again, as I have been saying almost on every one of these videos, that these have not disappointed. If this is an album that you're interested in having and you want something that sounds really good, 45 RPM, I think you'll like this. And a lot of people don't like 45 RPM because they don't like flipping the record over, which kind of, that's the whole point of having the records, is sitting down, taking them out, flipping them over. To me, it's not a big deal.
We have Arachnida, the spiders, our...
That sounds like Vincent Price to me.
This friendly little devil is the Heptathelidae, unfortunately harmless. Next to him, the nasty Lycosa raptoria. His tiny fangs cause creeping ulcerations of the skin. And here, my prize, the Black Widow. Isn't she lovely and so deadly? Her kiss is 15 times as poisonous as that of the rattlesnake. You see, her venom is highly neurotoxic, which is to say that it attacks the central nervous system, causing intense pain, profuse sweating, difficulty in breathing, loss of consciousness, violent convulsions, and finally, death. You know, I think what I love the most about her is her inborn need to dominate, possess. In fact, immediately after the consummation of her marriage to the smaller and weaker male of the species, she kills and eats him. Oh, she is delicious. And I hope he was. Such power and dignity, unhampered by sentiment.
All right, folks, thanks for joining me.
I may put forward,
I'll be doing these videos every time I get these in, and I'll be taking them out brand new with you guys, dropping them on. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that, and we're gonna experience these records together. If you're not already subscribed to this series, you can still buy them individually from Acoustic Sounds as long as they last. So hopefully I can help you determine whether or not it may be a record that you're interested in buying. Happy listening out there. Take care.